Cool.
Play!
Play! Should we start with like some sort of intro or something?
Probably.
Okay, that you dying can be our intro.
I thought you were just gonna say something, but okay.
Alright, no, we can start with a proper intro.
Go for it.
You think of it. I'm not good with intros and
Okay.
shit. You're the people person.
I'm a people person. That's where we've gotten. Right, how about we just explain what it is we're doing? Like what we're talking about, the topic that we're talking, topics, plural, that we're talking about.
We can, but we have to have like a snappy intro first. You know, like Yahtzee
Snappy
says.
into,
Whoops. Yahtzee says, "Hello, listeners." Boogie2988 says, "What's up, everybody?" Boogie2988 coming at you live through the power of the internet.
then we'll need to think of something.
Nedcubed used to say, "Hello, procrastinators." Kachu, Aaron needs a poo. There we go. There's our intro. That'll do. That'll do.
That'll do, pig.
Kachu, Aaron needs a poo. And that is our intro.
Any better ideas?
No, that's what we're going with. Oh dear, that is what we're going with. Alright, so, how are we going to start this?
You say something, and then we just get into talking.
Okay.
I'm judging you silently.
Okay, how about if we start with... None of this is going to be edited, by the way. Like, as soon as I've synced up, I'm going to cut off the sync up part and then just, like, leave it all.
I like that. I like that.
So you can see how much we fuck up when we record.
Wait, Ryan, if I can time this right, I think I figured out our intro.
Okay.
No, Ryan, stop! Ah! No! Damn it!
You hit me off. How about this for our intro? Say hello to my little friend.
Lol.
Yeah, okay, no, that's not gonna work. So yeah, what are we talking about today, Aaron?
The upcoming video games of whatever date today is. February.
Today is 17th of February 2016. So upcoming games from now. What's the next game about to come out?
I believe it's actually Far Cry Primal. It comes out Tuesday? Next Tuesday? A week is it?
What's the date for that?
The 23rd, I believe.
Okay. How long has it been since
Fairly confident it's the one.
Far Cry 4 came out?
Autumn 2014. 2015. 14.
So it's not even
Years
been
are
2
hard.
whole years. And they're already releasing a fully fledged new Far Cry game.
That they are. But it's completely different. Because there's no guns in it.
Yeah, but everything else about it is still exactly the same. They've literally just removed
Well,
the
there's no
guns.
vehicles.
Yeah, but you can ride more animals now.
True. But
So technically what they've done is they've done a Red Dead Redemption with GTA and just removed all the cars and replaced them with horses.
yes. Also, I doubt there'll be any kind of flying or in-air kind of stuff.
Well, unless of course you can ride a giant fucking eagle, which will be awesome. You know, after they've ripped your eyes out. But yeah, Far Cry Primal, my thoughts on that. It's gonna be shit.
It is. Because I feel like they took the thing that makes Far Cry great and got rid of it.
Yeah.
That being the sort of ridiculous over-the-topness of everything, with big explosions happening everywhere.
Yeah, I never got around to picking up Far Cry 4, but from what I saw, it was just copy and paste of Far Cry 3. And don't get me wrong, I love Far Cry 3. I love Far Cry 3, but I just felt like I'd want something different from a game that takes a few years to produce, you know.
So you'd think that, but you just want more Far Cry 3?
Not really. That literally, like, my brother just came in, so I'm not even sure if he heard that on the recording. Probably did, but...
Shoot him in the throat.
He wanted me for something, but I'll have to deal with him in a minute. Yeah, I liked Far Cry 3, I mean, I put a lot of hours into that. However, I don't think I'd be happy with having the same game again. I mean, I'm not happy with Call of Duty releasing pretty much the same game every year. The only reason why I got Black Ops 3 was because of Zombies mode. That's like the only reason. The best thing. It is the best thing. It is one of the best things like they've ever done. And to be honest, it's the only reason why I'll still buy Call of Duty, but only if it's been made by Treyarch. Like, any of the others I couldn't give a shit about anymore. Only the Treyarch ones.
Yeah. I haven't bought a Call of Duty since Ghosts, which means I missed out one.
Yeah, same.
No. So, yeah. The fact that it's being the same thing over and over and over again is bad, but kind of good.
How so?
Because it means you don't expect anything out of it. You know exactly what you're getting from it.
You do, like, but what if the experience you...
Call of Duty and being like, wow, this is surprising. No, you know exactly what you're getting.
You're getting a game where you get to shoot a bunch of dudes.
Yep.
That's pretty much it.
Decent everything. Call of Duty is just decent at everything.
It's decent.
It's not good at anything.
Apart from the zombies storyline, it's not revolutionary at all. It's like, the way they've told the zombies is probably like... I wouldn't say it's one of the first ways I've ever seen it being done, but personally, it's like I haven't seen that like form of storytelling done. Like the way they used to do it, not the way they're just like blatantly like, oh yeah, you do an Easter egg and things explode and things look cool and there's cutscenes and, you know, stuff like that. But the way they used to do it with like subtle little hints everywhere.
If they didn't kind of get more obvious, then it was just going to get so confusing.
Possibly,
with
yeah.
all this time travel and stuff.
Possibly, yeah. All right. I mean, don't get me wrong. I still love the zombies storyline, even though it's a bit fucked up now. But you know, the old way of telling the story was like the best way they've done it. That sounds so fucking hipster when I say that.
I know, right?
The old way was the best way. I liked it before it was mainstream. Should totally like invest in some hipster glasses and Trilby.
You should.
And like grow my mustache out and flick it out. And that was a very graceful landing. My bike's about to explode.
You know, I've been killing cops here for like 10 minutes. We should probably meet up and do something.
Yeah, we could.
We should also do something GTA as well.
Like what?
I don't know. Hiking?
Hiking?
Biking?
You want biking? I thought you said hiking. I was like, you really want to walk from the bottom of Mount Chiliad to the top?
Kind of.
Really? That's gonna be boring as shit to watch.
No, of course not. What were we talking about? Upcoming games? Yes, Far Cry, because we got sidetracked with Call of Duty or something.
Yeah. Speaking of which, the next Call of Duty map pack. Yeah.
What?
The next Call of Duty map pack. What do you think it's gonna be?
Well, the thing was it'd been announced, and I was like, what the fuck are we doing, wasting our time? But,
No.
I think it's going to obviously... Well, let's talk about the multiplayer maps first.
Okay.
3 generic maps that they'll say are revolutionary, and then 1 remake. What do you think the remake will be? Because it can be any map from World at War, I believe, or any other Black Ops.
Or...
There's 3 games to pick from.
Oh, maybe a remake of the Berlin Wall, because that was a really good map.
That was a very good map, but I think... See, in Black Ops 2, they remade Fire Ring. So I don't think it'll be coming back.
That won't be coming back now. Unless, of course, they like really run out of ideas. Here's a remake of
I
a
would
remake.
Because I really like that map.
No, you see, they've already redone Nuketown again, so...
But I think they'll bring out, and I can't remember what it's called, but in World at War, there was a multiplayer map that was pretty much just Dairies.
Really? See, I didn't play that much
Yeah.
of the World at War multiplayer. I liked it when I played it, but this was at the time when my PS3 was really far away from the router, and I couldn't connect online for long enough to play a decent game. So...
Aww. It's like you were calling, but instead of being calling then, you were calling now.
That
His
makes no
connection's
sense.
awful.
Yeah, his
Everything makes
connection-
sense.
Well, considering you like kind of broke up there, it kind of made no sense.
Oh.
Yeah.
Anyway. Yes. So I think that's the map that will be getting remade.
Which one? The one from World at War?
Yeah, the one that's exactly like, well, not exactly, but it's pretty much a multiplayer version of Dairies. And by that I mean it's got like one building that's the same.
Well, then it's not the multi...
It came out in the same map pack and has some of the same things in it.
To be honest, I'd like to see the, what was it? The air hangar from World at War remade. You know which one I'm on about?
The air hangar one?
Yeah. It's like... It'd have a little outside bit with scaffolding everywhere, which was, like, great for sniping. But then you'd go inside and there'd be, like, this massive air hangar where, like, they were making all the Spitfires and the planes and shit.
Wait.
But it was all, like, bombed to shit and, like, blown up. I can't remember what it was called. It might have just been called air hangar. Or hangar, or something like that. I wanted to say dome, but that's
I know the map you're
Modern
talking about
Warfare
now.
3.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it was called hangar.
Yeah, I think it might have been. But like, I want to see a remake of that. That'd be quite a cool little remake.
That would be nice. So yeah, the generic. Here's 3 revolutionary maps. Yeah, they'll be coming out. Whatever. So let's start with the map. There we go.
Yeah. Okay, so that's map packs back out of the way. How about going back onto upcoming games?
Right. The Division.
Yep. Another
First on Xbox.
Ubisoft game. Yep.
Yep. We should play the open beta when it comes out.
Is it out for PS4?
Comes out tomorrow, I believe, for
Xbox One first. Yeah, it comes out for Xbox One first.
Then it comes out for Xbox One tomorrow. But when it comes out on PS4, we should get it.
If it comes out for PS4, because you got to remember it comes out in like 2 or 3 weeks.
It does, doesn't it?
It does,
What's
yeah.
the point of releasing a beta? Like,
Because-
when there's no time to change anything?
Right, I'm going to let my own personal prejudice get in on this bit. Ubisoft are a bunch of cunts when it comes to releasing a game. Like,
Yes.
they push their workers to the fucking breaking point, right? And everybody who's ever left Ubisoft, right, has turned around and said, I hate it there. Now, you see, by saying this, I'm pretty much reducing my chances to 0 of getting a job at Ubisoft.
Oh no. Whatever will you do?
Yeah. I mean, from like what I've heard, I wouldn't say I'd like a job at Ubisoft, but if it came round to it, I can see how I can, probably work there, just as long as... Well, I don't know. Until they sort out the things, I wouldn't be going for a job there, let's put it like that. I'm not going to, be picky and say, oh, if it's the only person there, I'm going to let my pride get in the way. I need fucking money, after all. I mean, it's a capitalist world, we need money to survive. But, yeah, Ubisoft, I don't like the way you do things. Just saying. Anyway, back to the Division. It looks quite good.
That was quite a divisive topic. Yeah, it looks fantastic.
It does look really,
I
really
think
good.
it's lots of fun. Especially the PvP area. That
Yeah,
bit looks
the Dark
amazing.
Zone. Yeah, my cousin's been playing the beta, because he pre-ordered it and got the closed beta access on Xbox One.
Oh, sweet.
and he's been playing it, and he says it's absolutely amazing. When you're playing outside of the PvP zone, you don't see any other players apart from the ones you invite into your party. So it's pretty much like a co-op experience outside of the PvP zone, and then once you're inside, it's just a free-for-all. Pretty much.
Do you not still get to work as part of your team?
I think you do. I do think they still have like a squad system like what they did in Battlefield 4 and 3. So you can play with your friends and, you know, try and survive together, but I think ultimately it's a PvP. It's in the PvP zone. It's a free for all, but you can team up with your squad or whatever and work together.
See, I know like even other squads can kind of team up and work together, but I'm the kind of person who would say, yeah, let's work together, and then shoot them in the back and take everything.
And you see, that kind of worries me as well, because I know you'll do that to me and Colin.
Oh, I wouldn't do it to you and Colin. I'd do it to other people who agreed to help. And maybe Colin.
And maybe me.
Likely.
Just remember though that once you do that, I will turn back around and shoot you in the fucking bollocks. If you were to do that. I would send your testicles from your crotch to 2 miles down the street using a shotgun.
Have to find them first. Wait, I don't know if that... Is that more insulting to me or you?
You.
Okay.
Yeah. Let's just disregard that last comment.
I'm sad now.
Yeah. Yeah, you should be.
Right, what was the other game upcoming? Up.
Dark Souls 3 comes out after that.
Dark Souls 3. Never
That's
played Dark Souls
on
1
my
or
radar.
Dark Souls 3.
I have. When I first played Dark Souls 1, I didn't really like it. I said it was a game for masochists, like huge masochists. And it is. It is. However, since I've said that, I have developed masochism, and I am now a massive fan of everything From Software has made. That is to do with like the Dark Souls formula. I mean, I know they've made a bunch of stuff other than Dark Souls and Bloodborne and Demon Souls, but I haven't ever played those games and I don't know what those games are like. What I mean by a From Software game is the Dark Souls formula. So what they do in Bloodborne, what they do in Dark Souls, what they do in Demon Souls, stuff like that. I don't know why. I mean, I haven't finished one of the games, but I've got Dark Souls 1, 2 and Bloodborne.
And you finished any of them?
I haven't finished any of them. I've put 8 hours into Dark Souls 2, 8 or 9 hours into Dark Souls 2. I've only put about an hour into Dark Souls 1, but that's because I've played Dark Souls 2 and it's just so much more refined in Dark Souls 2. And I just found Dark Souls 1 slightly too clunky. And Bloodborne, I think I've put about the same as I have into Dark Souls 2. And I genuinely enjoy them, but I just don't have it. I don't have enough masochism in me to finish it. At least not yet, anyway. I mean, to be fair, I am quite a busy person, and
it'll get beaten into.
Yeah, the amount of time I actually have to spend on playing games where I don't feel bad about it is very little. So say I'll do work up until a certain point in the night, and then I'll play a game. But by then I'm too tired to like put up with something like Dark Souls, because it takes a lot of energy to play. It takes a lot of patience and a lot of energy to play.
And if you didn't have that patience and all that energy, what would happen? You'd go and stab someone in the face.
No, I'd cry. I'd try and play, die a lot, cry, and then turn it off, which is what I'm doing at the moment. Like, I'll play a little bit, die a lot, and I'll be like, oh, do you know what, fuck that. Fuck that, I'm not trying that again. Aaron, wait up, I'm coming to you.
Yes. See, that's the thing, I was going to come to you.
You was going in the completely wrong direction to come to me.
You're so pedantic.
Yup. Is that even the right word?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Yes. Can I blow up a truck?
You can blow up anything in this game. I mean, it's not like Just Cause level of blowing anything up, but you can still blow up anything in this game. So we talk about Dark Souls. Yeah, I'm looking forward to Dark Souls 3. However, I'm at a bit of a conundrum on what to buy. Dark Souls 3, which
Dark Souls 1.
I'm not going to finish, but I will thoroughly enjoy. Or the next upcoming game, or, well, The Division, Dark Souls 3, the next upcoming game that we're about to talk about.
Mirror's Edge, is it? Is it Mirror's Edge? Is it?
Yes, Mirror's Edge, Aaron. Thanks for spoiling it.
You're welcome. You never played the first one. Don't want to get this one.
I played the first one in 2008. Was it 2008? When did I get my PS3? I was 13 when I got my PS3. What year was that? 2009. 2009 I got it. And then about 2 weeks after getting my PS3 I got Mirror's Edge. And I absolutely fucking loved it. Right, I absolutely loved it to the point of I wanted everything to do with a sequel. And now that they finally announced it, I'm like, yes, but it's kind of like a reboot, so I'm kind of cautious about it.
As you should be.
Because it's EA, and back in 2008, 2009 when this game was released, EA still had some decency about them. Like, they weren't completely shitty. Like, they were shitty, but they weren't completely shitty. However, now, which has been proven with the release of Star Wars Battlefront and its lack of content, which they are trying to sell back to us again for full price and more, I don't know what to expect from Mirror's Edge. I really, really, really want to sort of...
You want to be hyped for it.
I want to be hyped for it, but there's just that lingering thought in my head that EA is producing this. EA is producing this.
And therefore...
What?
And therefore, it's gonna suck.
No, not necessarily, because they have released a couple of games recently that have been pretty good.
And they are?
Off the top of my head, I can't remember, but I think the new Need for Speed was quite good.
The new Need for Speed.
The new Need for Speed, like the rebooted Need for Speed, I think that, like, got really good reviews. Are you on the train?
No.
Seriously, come on.
Aaron. I'm already now.
I'm right.
See?
You just... Aaron.
Yeah?
Look at your minimap.
Oh, yeah, see, I'm here to get something.
You're an absolute cunt.
Hey, I paid money for this.
Paid money for what? Oh, the helicopter. Oh, have you got your savage? Oh, you savage. Oh, right, okay.
Brutal! Fatality. Can you just throw a firework at me?
No. Yeah. So I think I'm gonna wait for reviews of Mirror's Edge before I buy it. If the reviews turn out to be shit, then I don't know. I still want to say I'd buy it because I fucking love the original Mirror's Edge. It was just really, really good.
I'm thinking of waiting for reviews for the Division as well.
Reviews for the Division's beta are already out. You can watch them and pretty much make a decision. The game's not going to change that much from the beta. I mean, fucking look at Battlefront. It didn't change at all. Like, Battlefront's beta didn't change anything towards the end game. But yeah. I mean, from like gameplay of Mirror's Edge, I don't know. I don't know about Mirror's Edge. It's kind of a... No, Aaron, you dick.
How's it feel?
not that good actually. All things considered.
Not good.
You know when you stretch and all your muscles just feel really nice.
Yes. Sure, why not?
Oh, so
Ryan,
close
come
to the
pick you
shot.
up. I'm coming to pick you up, Ryan.
Alright, fine, just don't kill me. And don't flatten me. You are a shit pilot.
I'm trying to do something really specific here, alright?
You trying to
You know what, didn't work. Let's get in.
You were trying to hit me with the fucking blades, weren't you?
Yep. Look at it. These propellers don't have a lot of time left. I don't know how I was still able to take off with you doing that, but it worked, so what ifs.
Gotcha!
That felt like a boss battle.
That felt like a Dark Souls boss battle. Oh dear.
Dun, 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 dun. Stop killing me! It's rude! Were we talking about something? Oh yes, 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 Dark Souls, Murdered?
Mirror's Edge, Dark Souls, whatever you want to talk about. You see, Aaron, seriously stop shooting because this is going down. I have to jump out.
No! That's epic. Why?
No! Oh wow. The helicopter flattened me when I was in my parachute and then the blades came around and sliced me.
That makes me very sad.
But guess what, Aaron? I'm back alive.
What? Oh, joy.
Oh no. So yeah, those three games, The Division, Mirror's Edge, and Dark Souls 3 are the ones that I'm contemplating buying. And I know that I'll definitely play Dark Souls 3. I'll most likely enjoy it. I'll definitely play The Division and most likely enjoy it because it's online. However, I might get bored because I know what you're like, Aaron. You are the type of person who will buy it first day, get really, really OP, and then sort of like own everybody else when they get it late. Like
Yes,
me. Like
that's
me
what
and
I do
Colin.
in games.
That's what you do, and that kind of ruins the experience for me because then it's sort of like less about survival, more about trying to keep up with you.
But you can.
Exactly. And that might just put me off buying it altogether so that you're just sat there on your own playing it.
It's Helldivers all over again.
I am still downloading Helldivers.
We downloaded that for like 2 days though.
My PS4 wasn't on at all yesterday, so, you know. In fact, let me just check how far along it is. It's quite far along. Probably a few more hours and it'll be done. Yeah, my internet is shite, by the way. That's why.
I noticed.
Yeah. I mean, on a good day during peak times, I get about 120 kilobits per second, like download.
Wow.
Yeah, that's on a good day. The maximum I can get is about 960. I think that's the most I've seen me get. 960 kilobits per second download. And at one point it got so bad it went down to like 20 kilobits per second download.
That must have been bad for you.
It wasn't a nice time, no. It was quite a, how can I put this? Shit time. So are those all the upcoming games that are gonna come out?
Pretty much, yeah, I think so. I think we did a very thorough job there. Compadre.
Okay. Okay. So what's next? Did you find any random questions for us to answer?
No.
You are shit at your job.
Hey, I'm very good at what I do.
And what you do is shit.
Yes.
Wow, I just completely toppled the truck by hitting its side. That was fucking awesome. Anyway, yes. Next topic, I believe, is... Let me just pull up my web browser, which isn't currently on porn. Do video games cause violence?
Yes, clearly. Clearly they do, because so many people play video games, and so many people are axe-wielding mass murderers.
Of course, I mean, you know, it's the only logical, like, thing to go on. Video games are the cause of it. Not, you know, just completely ignore the fact that back in the 1950s it was considered that Elvis, and was it Elvis in the 1950s? I can't remember. But comic books in the 1950s, and then in the 80s it was like rock, heavy metal that was, you know, causing violence. It was comic books. Comic books in the 1950s were slated as causing violence in youths. Comic books.
Yes. Yes.
What is now the most popular form of movie, a comic book movie, was once slated for... Yeah. I mean, have you not seen the fact that fucking Deadpool's just been released and, like, broke box office records? The fact that Avengers is, like, one of the most loved films of recent, you know, film history. Apart from, you know, if you ignore Star Wars, which is technically now a comic book movie, because there are comic books of Star Wars.
There have been comic books of Star Wars for years.
Yeah, no, but there's now official ones made by, like, Marvel and shit.
Oh, I thought they were always official.
No, well, technically they are, yeah, but, like, they've all been retconned, haven't they?
Oh, yeah.
The entire expanded universe has been retconned from Star Wars. Apart from some of the little bits of it which they've kept, which is really kind of strange, but, you know, never mind. But anyway, yes, back to violence in video games.
Oh, my grenade bounced off the bus. Yeah, I don't think there's any. No violence in video games.
There's no violence at all in video games.
No.
Okay, Aaron, please just tell the ladies and gentlemen at home what game we're playing.
Grand Theft Auto.
Okay, now what is the main goal of Grand Theft Auto?
Well, you see, this game has a very deep meaning, actually. You see, the player is encouraged to cause mayhem and destruction. However, they're always punished by the police, showing us that there's always consequences to your actions, and that you cannot get away with stuff like this. His head came off.
Do you know what, Aaron? That was a really, really good analysis. You'd be great at
but
ethics.
I can't talk anymore because I'm stealing a police car and have to run away. Bye bye.
You are very special, aren't you, Aaron? Actually, whereabouts are you?
Yes.
You're
That's what my grandma called me.
My mama says I'm special.
Whee!
But yeah, this whole debate about violence in video games is because video games are still a pretty new form of media, and the fact that they're active,
yes,
you're actively involved in doing it, has made it one of the ones that sticks.
Pretty much the only people who will say video games cause violence are feminists or other people with some kind of agenda to push.
I'm sorry, feminists?
Yeah. The whole, like, well,
please remember, Aaron, I don't want to piss anybody off with this. Don't start pointing fingers. Don't start pointing fingers at people unnecessarily, okay?
Fine. Social justice warriors.
Okay. Slightly better.
There we go.
Slightly better.
Including feminists, because, like, 99.9% of them are.
I'm headbutting my microphone because what Aaron just said is the stupidest thing ever. Feminists...
No, the stupidest thing ever is saying... That's the stupidest thing ever.
Right, Aaron. More often than not, feminists couldn't give a shit about video games unless there's a direct threat or form of sexualization in women.
Just wrong, Lou.
The feminist agenda doesn't give a shit about it unless... The what?
Yeah, but the feminist agenda has become social justice. It's just ultra left-wing nonsense.
It is ultra left-wing nonsense, right? And that's why we're trying to say, in a nice way, right, that they're wrong.
But I don't do things in a nice way. I do things in a very matter-of-fact, here's the stuff going down way.
Right, okay. Let's start out with your way, right? And let's see where that gets us.
Okay.
Please make your point.
A bajillion dislikes, right? My point is that the only people who will claim video games cause violence are people with an agenda to push. That's why stuff like this only ever comes up when there's a mass shooting. Like, that's it. That's the only time you'll ever hear about this.
Okay, first of all,
unless it's coming from like kind of social justice, anti-gamergate people.
Okay. Can I just stop you there and say it's only for people with an agenda to push?
Yes.
That's not technically true, and you know that.
It's not really.
It's not true, is it?
Well, it's not 100% true, but
So then why say it?
because. Shut up.
Right, okay.
Okay, well here are your way then. Go.
Okay, let me just have a quick read of this.
Also,
That was the word I was trying to think of. Sorry, what?
Where are you getting the info from? Like what sites?
Elsevier.com. Is that how you spell that? Elsevier.com. Oh, hang on a sec. Not physical. Psychology Today. The HuffPost Tech.
Oh, the Huffington Post.
The Guardian. And the Independent.
The Guardian. Oh, okay. So, the Huffington Post and the Guardian, two extremely left-wing sources of information.
Okay, right. I already have my opinion on this matter. I'm just looking up information to do an essay on. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, that's the only reason why I've got these up. I've got my own opinion on the matter. The sources that I'm going to be talking from are to sort of further the argument.
Which argument?
But
So you're just kind of playing devil's advocate here?
Yeah, pretty much. That's the whole point of doing like a university essay. You have to kind of play devil's advocate. Even if you have your own opinion.
No, I get it.
You can let your opinion known, but you can't let it influence the essay.
No, I get it.
Yeah, okay. So, when you say that it's mainly people with agendas to push, what about...
Yeah, like people who write for the Huffington Post and the Guardian.
What about clinicians?
Who are they publishing for?
Exactly, but
Or are they independent sources?
they could be independent. That's the whole point of a clinician. You don't know who they're working for. Right, so they could be completely independent when they say this. Or they could be working for a left-wing or right-wing party.
Okay, both of those. Ow. Okay, yeah, that's true. Now you have to look at what does the majority say. What's the general scientific consensus?
Okay, right, so clinicians who say that... Well, sorry, let me put this to the statistics that I've got here. Roughly about 78 to 80% of clinicians who say that video games cause violence in youths are of the older generation.
Mm-hmm.
And have 0 game hours clocked within the past 6 months of saying this.
Well, to be fair, they don't need to be gamers themselves in order to carry the research.
No, they don't, you're right, but they, typically being of the older generation, they have a bias towards video games causing violence.
If they stuck to the scientific method, then bias should be removed.
However, bias is not always removed. And there are statistics that show that these people are incredibly biased when it comes to this subject.
Well, there you go.
So when people say, I just killed a woman by... Do you know what? Never mind. Let's keep going. So...
Edit.
So when people say that, you know, video games cause violence, what you got to remember is, who told you this?
Exactly.
Who said video games can cause violence? Because I've been playing violent video games for a long time, right? I mean, I played San Andreas when I was like 13, 12, or was I younger than that? I can't remember. I remember playing San Andreas at a young age, and my cousins played San Andreas, and you know, all the other Grand Theft Autos and all that lot at quite a young age, and I turned out okay. Twitches uncontrollably.
Yeah, you sure did, Brian.
I've turned out to be, you know, okay. I wouldn't say I'm, you know, perfect, but I'm okay. However, there are some people out there who can be affected by this form of imagery. And those are the people...
Yeah, but some people are very, very suggestible.
Exactly, so that's my point. That's the whole point of, like... That's my opinion on this. My opinion is that you can't say video games are the cause of violence in teens because it depends on the person experiencing it. Does that make sense?
It does make sense.
If, for an analogy, I know this is going to sound really gruesome, but Aaron will probably back me up on this. Take the Holocaust. Hitler hated the Jews, right? This is the only analogy I could come up with in my head because I was watching zombies, like,
wow,
things.
you fucked up.
Shut the fuck up, right? If, say, a race of people, say the Jews, offended one person, say Hitler, and he then does the Holocaust and does that then mean that the Jews aren't allowed to exist?
He does the Holocaust. Yeah, he just does the Holocaust.
We're lightly glossing over it, okay? We're lightly glossing over it. It was a great tragedy, and I appreciate that, but it's not the main point.
What is great tragedy? It went down about as well as the Titanic.
Aaron, you know that was a low blow. You know that was a low blow.
Yeah.
What you got to remember about Aaron is he doesn't give a shit about what he says. I'm trying to be nice about this, and I know it's going to offend some people, but I'm still trying my best to be nice about this.
If you're offended, you fuck yourself.
Pretty much. But yeah, so say an entire race of people, or an entire culture of people, like the Jewish community, offends one person. And I know they offended a lot of people because a lot of people were anti-Semitic back then, and still are now, but one person in power, and he then acts upon it by trying to create mass extinction of them. Does that mean that Jews are in the wrong? Does that mean that Jews should be punished?
No, because freedom of speech is absolute.
Exactly. So when it comes to people trying to ban video games completely because of, like, the odd case of someone going into a school and shooting somebody up because they saw it in a game, you're not going to completely ban video games because of that, because of what that one individual does.
Exactly.
So,
like banning, I don't know, horror movies or books or something.
Exactly, which, you know, let's be honest, the guy who killed John Lennon, was it him?
Uh-huh.
Is he the one who killed John Lennon after listening to something? You twat.
Yes, I am. I don't know, possibly.
It was somebody went out, somebody read a book, or somebody, like, and he went out and killed a famous person.
It was probably the Bible, or the Quran, or one of those books. Those books
Aaron, we're not getting into
that.
But
it doesn't mean they should be banned.
It doesn't. It doesn't mean they should be banned at all. Aaron, are you in your savage?
No, I just magically rocketed you from the sky.
I thought you was, like, chasing me on a bike or something. I don't know.
You were killed by a rocket?
I was. And I realise now where that rocket came from. Copyright strike!
James Bond movies. You can't just get rid of James Bond movies because he kills people.
He does. He also objectifies women.
He makes it look really cool. Well, he doesn't. He has sex with them. There's a difference.
He objectifies them.
He doesn't.
In the old ones, he does.
Why?
Just watch them. It's pretty obvious. Wow, you missed. Well done. Alright, you didn't miss that time. It's pretty obvious when you watch the old movies how much they objectify the women in those. Like,
okay,
you know.
I'm gonna say something, and when I say it, you have to let me speak, okay?
Okay.
Why is that bad? right? Because if it's a movie, it's entirely fictitious. So why does it matter if anyone's objectified in any way?
Because it then gets represented in real life. Much like the video games cause violence argument, somebody will see, children will see that in movies and sort of think that's how it's done. It's kind of like porn, you know. You kind of learn how to have sex through porn, don't you? Let's be honest.
No. But it's a complete work of fiction, and yet again, it doesn't matter, because why should you suppress someone's freedom to make that movie because of a few people who don't like it?
But it's not a few people who don't like it, though, is it? It's the majority that don't like it. If it was a minority that didn't like it, then
99.9999999% of the people who don't like it, doesn't matter. Free speech is absolute.
Free speech is absolute, and I'm not saying it shouldn't be made, but what I'm saying is it should take into consideration these effects that they have. Okay, and that's the same with video games. I mean, if you're making an overly violent video game, you need to consider who you're marketing it to, and that's where age ratings come in. And unfortunately, right, these arguments come up because parents buy their kids video games expecting them to be toys, and getting something like what we're playing right now.
Thank you. There we go.
Because the parents don't look at the box or do their research into what they're buying for the kids. This is where these issues come from. And you can shout all the ethics in the world. That point there is the fundamental problem when it comes to this issue.
So yet again, it's the parents' fault.
Exactly. This time it's the parents' fault. A game's got an age rating for a reason. And if, you know, the parents are stupid enough to buy the kids for that, then that's on the parents. It shouldn't be taken out on the industry. And especially an industry that I'm hoping to get a job in. Do you have any more thoughts on this issue, Aaron?
Violence in video games. Well, we kind of took it more to like just general the effects of media on society, didn't we?
But that's all you can really bring it down to. I mean, apart from the fact that you can say video games are a more active role in it.
Video games put you into the situation. That's the only real difference.
And a lot of people say that's quite a big difference. Also, Aaron, please sort your microphone out. Hello?
Is that any better?
Yeah, it's better. That is like one of the main points people bring up when they say that. But what you got to remember is, you actively read a comic book. I mean, you have to turn the pages to read the comic book, don't you?
Yep.
Granted, you're not performing the actions in the comic book, but you're doing the actions to continue the message, aren't you?
The story, if you will. Yeah. And with a video game, you're also still following a scripted pattern of events.
You are. I mean, it's all programmed in. It's all pre-programmed. I mean, there's nothing that can happen
for
randomly.
Games that are more linear than this one. Like, take the campaign in this game. There's pretty much nothing you can do about it. You just gotta follow the story. As in, what?
You can't just blow up people's memorials.
Was it a memorial? Wait, oh, it was! Oh. What do you know? Anyway.
You are one of the worst human beings alive.
I know.
And that's saying something.
Doesn't it feel any better? Con armor, I think.
Okay, no, so I actually need to address this point. This car is topless. Also, sort your microphone out. This car's topless. There was no window in it because the window was down. I just smashed the window that was not there to open the door.
There's a reason for that.
And that is?
Oh, I don't know. I just know there is a reason for it.
I thought he was going to say, like, fuck you or something.
I'm not that amateur.
Yes, you are. All I have to do is say something like, I don't know, butts. And you'd start laughing. Yeah. Hey, Aaron. Watch this. This is how immature Aaron is. Ready? Big floppy donkey dicks.
Yeah? What? You want me to laugh at that?
Yeah.
Well, I'm not going to.
Big floppy donkey dicks. Slapping
I'm not gonna
a
laugh.
puppy on the head.
Oh, there we go.
Oh man, I'm immature enough to laugh at that as well. It's a funny image.
It is.
Oh dear. Anyway, any more to add on the topic before we like go off on a massive tangent?
No, time for tangent time. Time for tangent time. Time for tangent time.
Time for tangent time. Okay.
T-T-T.
Okay.
T-T-T.
T.
Whatever, tease.
Aaron, Aaron, do you like the TT?
No,
You don't like the TT?
because you're being a dirty person.
No, I'm not. I'm just asking, do you like the TT? Do you like the new TT?
Yes. I do. What? The what? TT? What?
The new TT. Do you like the new TT?
What's that?
The TT.
Yes. Why not?
You still think I'm talking about breasts, don't you?
Yes. Yes, I do.
Well, I'm not. I'm talking about the Audi TT. You dirty-minded bastard.
I don't know what that is.
The Audi TT. It's a fucking car. For crying out loud.
Well, I got that much. God.
Then just go with it's a car.
Oh.
Just literally go with it's a fucking car. If you don't know exactly what an Audi TT is and you know it's a car, just say yes. The whole point was to be a joke to make you sound perverted.
Oh. You need a joke to make me sound like that?
No, but I thought, you know, it'd be kind of funny to do it. Obviously it
Nothing else
didn't
was funny.
work. Obviously I was wrong. I take it back. Let's move on.
I'm sad. But okay.
I'm starving as well. I really need something to eat.
I didn't say starving.
No, but I said starving because I am genuinely starving.
Stab. Kick. So yeah, I don't think video games cause violence. I mean, do you remember when SimCity came out and everyone wanted to be an urban architect? Because I don't. That never
True.
happened.
True. Do you remember when Theme Hospital
why is
came
it
out and
only
everyone
that?
wanted to be a doctor?
Yeah, it just didn't happen. Why is it only the bad things? Because people have an agenda to push that video games are evil.
Video games are evil.
Yeah, well, no more evil than everything else in the world.
Exactly.
Like-
there you go. It's a lesser evil because it's a form of entertainment after all. It should. That's all it should be
So
taken
we can
as.
conclude video games are less evil than the Jews. Good talk. Good talk.
Aaron, why?
I don't know.
Why? You realise I'm not censoring this at all.
Well, if you did censor it, that would be an infringement of my freedom of speech. And I don't hate all the Jews.
Please stop. For the sake of my insanity and my integrity, please stop.
It's satire.
It's not satire when you're openly calling out your hatred of a certain type of people. That is simply discrimination.
No, I don't actually hate the Jews. I mean, they're not feminists. Away!
Controversy man, away! You are one of the biggest cunts I have ever met. And that's why we're friends.
So what else can we talk about in this short... Ow! In short time we have left.
I don't know. Well, let's say we've been recording for roughly an hour.
Uh-huh.
Should we call that a vid?
Okay.
Should we
So
call it-
we've concluded video games aren't as evil as feminists. Okay.
No, that is not what we've concluded at all. And you know
Well, that's
it.
what I've concluded.
The fact that you just ran over that poor woman.
That was a complete accident.
Bye, Aaron.
No, Brian! You bastard.
So yeah, we can conclude, right, that in our opinion, video games don't cause violence, it's simply the people who experience them. That doesn't, that sounds, that's the way I've concluded that. I'm pretty sure if you listen to what we were speaking about, you could figure out what we were concluding, okay? I can't be asked to go back over it. And in Aaron's case, feminists suck. In my case, I am a feminist. Not an extreme feminist, but I'm a feminist. Equal rights and all that shit.
Then you're an egalitarian.
Yes, I am one of those.
Then there you go. That's what I am.
I'm not what Aaron is.
Hey!
I like to think of myself as an equalist.
No,
Wait, hang on a sec.
you just make up new words.
Hang on a sec. Was that always there?
What?
This building, was
what
this always
always
here? I'm sure this was a construction
Probably
site. I'm sure this was a construction site. Or was that bit over there? I think I was that bit over there. I don't know about this. Will you fucking move?
Howdy ho, Sailorinos.
You know you take on 3 guys at once, and that's not a bukkake.
I do know what that's like.
I said not a bukkake.
I don't have a response.
You just got owned.
I got owned 3 times that night.
Okay, now it's my turn to be speechless, because, yeah. Bukkake joke, ladies and gentlemen, and that's where we're going to end.
Boom!
That's where we're going to end. Goodbye. Have a nice night.
Fuck you.